spare a thought for Gerard Pique. Barcelona's outspoken centre-back has spoken up for Catalan independence in Spain, and backed Catalonia after police confronted hopeful voters this weekend. That led to his offering to withdraw from Spanish national team duty, and his being booed by fans at a training session. More UEFA World Cup qualifying rap that continued Friday, when Pique should they've been enjoying Spain clinching a World Cup berth with a controlling 30 win over visiting and desperate Albania. Pique was booed or whistled nearly every time he touched the ball. Incredible, every time Pique touches the ball he is buried by whistles. Impossible to play in such conditions. Tancredi Palmieri at Tancredi Palmieri, October 6, 2017. Spanish fans booing Pique when he's under severe pressure in his own penalty box. He loses possession, Albania almost score. Surreal. Soccer Analysis at Soccer Analysis, October 6, 2017. Good to see, as Pique comes off on the hour mark, many Spanish fans stand and applaud him. Angus B. McNeil MP at Angus McNeil's NP, October 6, 2017. To add insult, there were myriad reports Friday that Pique and longtime partner Shakira were splitting up, though these stories are not unusual and have been refuted. Follow at Nicolas Mendela. The United States men's national team, as much as they'd like you to believe otherwise, obviously heard and read plenty of the criticism of their past performances. Christian Pulisic and Jozy Altidore were two heroes of Friday's 40 World Cup hope, a redeeming beatdown of Panama, and both admitted a readiness to loudly snap out of the funk caused by last month's two-match, one-point mess in qualifying. USMNTPANAMA match recap. Player ratings. 3 things. Pulisic celebrated them emphatically after scoring his 8th-minute opener, and said on television that it was probably all part of a release. With all the pressures and everything going on, to get that early goal the emotions came out of me, Pulisic said. We weren't worried, Altidore added. When you lose a couple of games, the wolves come out. But everyone was confident. It's about getting back to the basics. Altidore was quick to credit the team for his big night, as he scored 2 goals and Kudve had a couple more. The team was good tonight. I'm a guy that when everybody's on like that, it's easy. Christian was superb. His ability to play in between the lines can cause so much trouble. Both men obviously pointed to a need to get all 3 points from Trinidad and Tobago on Tuesday and leave nothing to chance when it comes to scoreboard watching. Pulisic left the match limping, but said he'll be fine after being kicked in the calf as part of Panama's plan to constantly foul the hero. Follow at Nicolas Mendela. While the United States sweats the details of their potential berth in Russia, Mexico's had theirs sewn up for some time. USMNTPANAMA match recap. Player ratings. 3 things. The tension for El Tri has come off the pitch, where a 22nd, 7.1 earthquake shook central Mexico in mid-September. The team, often the focal point for the country's passion, did it proud again on Friday, celebrating first responders with a pre-match ceremony before a World Cup qualifier against Trinidad and Tobago. The fans and players, led by intrepid captain Andres Guardado, stood in unison for the national anthem with fists raised in solidarity. It was quite moving. See below. Follow at Nicolas Mendela. Altidore scores 2. US leads 30 at half. Pulisic goal. Assist. US moves third, heads to TT for Tuesday finale. Christian Pulisic and Jozy Altidore spearheaded the United States men's national team to an emphatic 40 World Cup qualifying win over Panama at Camping World Stadium in Orlando on Friday. Altidore scored twice, Pulisic had a goal and an assist, and Bobby Wood also scored in the win. More 3 things. Player ratings. The win moves the US to the precipice of qualifying for Russia. A win at Trinidad and Tobago on Tuesday will clinch it, and a draw could do the trick depending on the Honduras-Costa Rica result on Saturday. The match was postponed due to weather. Watch. Pulisic scores. Feeds. Jozy for 20. My Spanish isn't amazing at all, but I'm pretty sure the Panama coach just said that they could have had 10 goals. Sam Borden at Sam Borden, October 7, 2017. Christian Pulisic, to no one's surprise, supplied the first true threat with a dynamic dribble and pass to set up Jozy Altidore for a shot blocked inside the 18. Bobby Wood was the next to attempt an opener, firing just wide from a Jozy Altidore pass. Panama, however, engineered a big scare when Blas Perez worked Omar Gonzalez before ripping a shot wide. Fortunately, that's when Pulisic settled the nerves with an 8th-minute goal, dancing onto a Altidore pass and playing Jamie Penedo like a fiddle before sliding a goal home from an acute angle. Wood started the play, and it was 10. Pulisic, marry me. Stuart Holden at Stu Holden, October 6, 2017. More U17 World Cup Day 1 roundup. Pulisic then earned a corner. Anibal Godoy bloodied Matt Bessler with an elbow before the attempt. When it was served, Altidore hit a shot off the outside of the goal. Then, Altidore in 20. It came, no surprise, off the boot of a Pulisic cross from the left. It was a sensational pass that swept around the backs and onto Altidore's back post boot. Paul Arriola queued Bobby Wood up for a long run on goal that was ended when Penedo stopped the Hamburg man's shot. Matt Bessler was caught twice in a 5-minute span, the second requiring a two-handed save from Tim Howard. Altidore should have made it 30 on the business end of a well-worked rush, but had his head down and didn't see Penedo racing out to thwart his shot. Wood then won, and aided, a penalty when fouled by Armando Cooper. In this giant spot, Altidore had the audacity to chip a Panenka past a flying Penedo. Panama's second-half philosophy was to batter Pulisic, and a distracted US allowed some more chances to Los Canaleros. That includes Tim Howard stooping to collect a Roman Torres shot. Pulisic left the match healthy for Dax McCarty, giving the youngster relief and the veteran his first appearance in a World Cup qualifier. Arriola then threatened Penedo with a low shot in the 59th minute. Then Panama allowed Wood to dance through its defense and rip a shot that sailed wide in the 62nd minute. Wood made it 40 in the 63rd minute, turning a quick pass from Arriola and clinically finishing past Penedo. Penedo stopped Arriola after a delightful pass from McCarty, and a fortuitous trip from a Panama centre-back. Follower Nicolas Mendela almost as badly as they needed a result and the accompanying 3 points. The US national team needed to put forth a performance that once again inspired confidence, not only for USMNT fans, but for themselves as well. Simply put, Bruce Arena's bunch responded in a manner that left absolutely nothing to chance. Christian Pulisic and Josie Altidore will rightly garner all the headlines, but they were far from the only standouts on Friday night. Recap: USMNT routes Panama to boost World Cup dreams in a big way. GK, Tim Howard 6, asked to make only 2 saves on the night, but he did so with relative to the 2014 game against Belgium, at least, and staked his claim to the number 1 shirt after being selected ahead of Brad Guzan once again. It might just be a godsend. The Colorado Rapids won't sniff the MLS playoffs this year, as he'll be 39 before next summer's tournament kicks off. RB, DeAndre Yedlin 7, so that's what it's like to have a right back who's meant to be playing right back. I've defended Graham Zusi, right back, on a number of occasions and I'll continue to do so, but there's no two ways about it. Yedlin, at age 24, is the right back of the present and the future. In a game that got a little too stretched for most Americans' liking, his recovery speed snuffed out would-be chances before they could be taken on a number of occasions. CB, Omar Gonzalez 5, I think Gonzalez could be good, I really do, in the right system, which features a midfield that sits deep and clogs the space in front of him and beside him. Unfortunately for Omar, a midfield diamond where only one of the 4 actually plays centrally isn't that. As an opposing attacker, face him up one-on-one, and enjoy. CB, Matt Bessler 6, didn't struggle as badly as Gonzalez, mostly because he's more accustomed to playing in open space, but playing alongside Gonzalez really highlights his most problematic deficiency, a minor lack of pace and athleticism. A healthy Jeff Cameron should complement Bessler very well, should the two partner one another between Tuesday and next summer. Jorge Villafana 5.5, what's to say about the left-back position right now? Villafana will continue to play there because no better option exists. If the midfield can remain solid in possession as they were in this one, limiting the direct counters thrown at him, he can pretty regularly avoid being a net negative. WONDRBOY Pulisic puts USMNT 10 up after 8 feet cm, Michael Bradley 6. He was asked to do a lot in this one, run the entire middle third of the field as the only truly central midfielder, which he struggled to juggle at times in the first half, but that's an impossible ask. He doesn't need to be a 910 performer every night for the USMNT succeed. In fact, they need him to play a smaller part more frequently, and allow everyone else to carry their own weight. He can still be Superman when it's asked of him, but it's not necessary all the time. CM, Paul Arriola 7, every team needs a Paul Arriola. The defensive cover he provided down the right side allowed Yedlin ample freedom to venture forward and stretch the field. His relentless pressing and winning of 5,050 balls makes for an uneasy evening for any opposition midfielder, and most importantly, takes that responsibility off Bradley's plate, allowing him to sit deeper, read the game and dictate tempo. CM, Darlington Nagbe 6.5, checks box score again. Yup, Nagbe did indeed play on Friday. Nominally deployed as a shuttler in a diamondish midfield, it's not the worst thing in the world to go unnoticed. He remains tidy with his passing and forever an outlet when Bradley is harried. You can make the case he's too talented for such a role, but at this point in time, this is his role and he's done it masterfully. CM, Christian Pulisic 9/10 ratings are reserved for hat-tricks of 3 goals and assists combined, at the very least, so the Wonder Boy checks in with a 910 for the parts he played in the first scoring and second assisting goals, plus the attention and fouls he now commands are truly game-changing for everyone else in the attacking third. More Pulisic to Altidore for USMNT's second goal video. FW, Bob A. Wood 7. Wood's partnership with Altidore has required some kinks be worked out over the course of the last year, but Friday's game showed what so many thought possible for the duo. Altidore drops into midfield to 1, pulling centre-backs out of shape to be the playmaker that he is, and Wood capitalizes on that space by running the channels until his lungs explode. Every goal that Wood scores is oh so deserved. FW, Josie Altidore 9. Also, no 10-10 when one of the 3 is a penalty. Sorry, Sir Josma. I'm not really sure what more needs to be said. When healthy, and in the form of his life as he is right now, Altidore is an impossible nightmare. These next 12 months are Josie's 12 months. The 12 months we've been waiting for almost 12 years. I just feel it. USMNT, Andy Edwards at Andy MLS October 7, 2017 Sub, Dax McCarty 6.5, Arena brought him on just before the hour mark to 1 save Pulisic's life to plant someone alongside Bradley at the base of midfield. McCarty accomplished a ton in his 33 minutes on the field, winning the ball back 8 times, connecting just about every one of his passes, and threading an inch-perfect through ball to Areola late in the game. Sub, Clint Dempsey 5.5, the thought of Dempsey as a late-game super sub next summer should provide all USMNT fans with a wealth of hope and excitement. Provided he remains accepting of the role, he will change 1 or 2 games in unbelievably meaningful ways. Sub, Alejandro Bedoya 5.5, only got 10 minutes, but continues to make his case as a lockdown central midfielder who offers more than most think when he surges forward. Follow it Andy MLS.